What up, y'all? It's your boy Breeze. Man, I've been holding on to this topic. I wanted to take my time. I didn't want to just have a rant and go crazy. I wanted to have it methodically thought out. And there's only one person that could definitely keep me on track, number one, and number two, not let my rant get too out of control. Talking about the one and only host from the Serving Ram show, my boy Joey Serving. Hey, brother, thank you for taking the time to do this unexpected show, this audio show. How you feeling today, man?
All good, brother. All is good. All is good. Can't complain, man. I'm feeling blessed.
Brother, I know you and I have talked offline about this, but we kind of kept quiet. We didn't want to say anything. Bro, bro, bro. Okay. So LeBron is no longer a Laker, right?
Right?
And I'm not going to lie, I'm not sad about it. You, of all people, know I was never a fan of LeBron coming to the Lakers. Never.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Granted, he got us a championship, but it wasn't only him. It was Anthony Davis, and it was a great team that they had put together, right?
Right. Right.
But, bro, I am so sick of seeing this narrative that LeBron left the Lakers. Like, that's all you see in every interview that you watch right now. LeBron left the Lakers. LeBron left the Lakers. LeBron left the... Bro, LeBron did not leave the Lakers. The Lakers left LeBron. And I
Mm.
got proof on that, bro. You want to know what the proof was?
So what's that?
The proof was, did you know that the Lakers signed Austin Reeves and filled out the whole damn roster before they even decided to talk to LeBron?
Well, I think the sentiment is that the Lakers have really made their decision last year.
Right. But what I'm saying is, if people are really that stupid to believe that LeBron left the Lakers instead of the Lakers leaving LeBron, then obviously you weren't watching the offseason and how long it took for the Lakers to finally talk to LeBron.
Let's get something clear, right? You obviously pointed out that you were, uh, and again, I can vouch for this, right? You were very well against LeBron coming to the Lakers. I was on the other side of that. You and I agree, right? And I say this I'm saying this
Definitely.
for a reason. I'm saying this for a reason because I don't want anybody listening to this think that this is supposed to be a one-sided
Yeah,
show,
exactly. No, you were
and
happy
and
that he came to the Lakers.
and I don't want anybody to think that this is a biasness against LeBron, like this is
It's
just
not.
on some LeBron hate. No, but I want to make it clear because I was, again, you and I both know, you and I talked about it. We did shows about it before in the past where I was excited for LeBron to join the Lakers, right? I advocated for him. Obviously, you and I both know I defended him quite a few times, right? So, again, anybody that's listening that thinks that this is all on some LeBron hate, it actually isn't. Especially like what it is. It's just we're two guys that call it how we see it,
Yep.
right? And we both have different opinions. A lot of times we share the same opinions, and a lot of times we don't share the same opinions, right?
Right.
A lot of times I'll push back. A lot of times you push back, and that's healthy conversation. That's healthy dialogue. That's what's supposed to happen in these conversations. But the problem that we have, right, is you got a bunch of people in the media that are clutch clients that like to set their narratives. This is where I have the problem, right? I have the problem with the fact that you got people in the media, mainly ESPN, mainly Fox Sports. You got guys out there that I'm gonna say it, they're yes men to Clutch
Right.
Sports.
Of
They're
course.
getting paid. They're getting paid by Clutch Sports
Like Nick Wright.
to right and Shannon Sharp and anybody else that's on the payroll over there at ESPN. Because this is all we hear is them defending LeBron James. And again, I want to make this very clear. I've again, you can vouch for it, and there's audio footage and there's video footage of me defending LeBron James, and and at nausea, right?
Yep.
We've had these conversations before, right?
Yep.
So I don't want this to make it seem like I'm just being a hater. No, what I'm saying is actual factual facts. Is that now? I mean, you got guys painting narratives to defend his legacy, and the last I checked, media members. Let me say it. I want to be very clear in when I say this. If you're as great, and no one's saying that LeBron isn't great. Let me make this very clear. I'm not saying that LeBron isn't great. What I'm saying is this: if you're truly the GOAT, if you're truly that guy, then you don't need anybody creating any narratives for you just to defend your legacy.
Mm-hmm.
You don't need it, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So you have to question the greatness, not the greatness. Let me rephrase that: the GOAT status. You have to put that into question because goats don't pay the goats and their agency don't pay networks and media members to create narratives for them to defend their legacy.
Right. Now,
You're
with that being said, right? Okay.
right.
So you have everybody saying, "Oh, LeBron left the Lakers. LeBron left the Lakers." Right? Okay. So we've heard the narrative. We know what's going on. Like I said in the beginning of the story, I said the Lakers were already working on their roster before they even talked to LeBron. Like they made sure they made all the moves they wanted to make before they even picked up the phone to talk to LeBron, right? And then we get to them asking if he'll take a pay cut, right? Vehemently denied it. Wasn't going to do it, and he didn't, obviously, right?
Right.
And then the dude goes and holds the NBA hostage for I don't know how long. I know personally, my opinion, the way LeBron is, he was waiting for the World Cup to end so all the attention would be on him. They're not going to pay attention to him if the World Cup was going, right? Everybody was so stuck on the World Cup, right? So he
Right.
waited purposely. But here's the funnier part about that, bro. He goes to the Philadelphia. he goes to the he goes to the Philadelphia 76ers, takes a humongous pay cut, right? The one he wouldn't take, right? But he
Mm-hmm.
takes a humongous pay cut to go to the 76ers when everybody said, "Oh, he's going to the Warriors," right? "Oh, he's going to the
Right.
Heat." "Oh, he's going back to Cleveland." Now, to me, going back to Cleveland would have cemented the legacy. It would have been the go round circle to come back and end it, right?
Right.
That's a normal way of thinking, right? But
Right.
to me, this is still LeBron. I need one more ring, James. That's my narrative. That's how I'm painting it. Because if it wasn't, then I'm just throwing a name out there, right? Boy could have went to the Toronto Raptors, right? I'm just
Mm-hmm.
saying, if we're just playing to play basketball, like he's saying, I just want to finish up my career strong, right? Bullshit.
Right.
You're going for another ring, bro. Because why didn't you go to the 76ers until after they got what's that guy's name they got from the Celtics?
Jalen Brown.
Who? Oh, Jalen.
Jalen Brown.
Yes. Okay. And you've seen the moves that they made. Now you have a center. You have someone that could defend and score. Whatever the case is, you could have easily went to Cleveland to end your career, and you probably would have got your GOAT status, right? Because you went back home to finish it, right?
Right.
But to
Right.
me, that's not the narrative, bro. You took a tremendous pay cut that you would not take for the Lakers, and you went to Philadelphia. Your thoughts?
Okay. I'm gonna say something first, bro, before I give you my thoughts.
Yep.
There was um you used a word in there, bro, that's gonna grab a lot of attention.
And what was
Okay.
that?
And it's gonna be and it's gonna get a lot of negative reaction. It's the fact, especially when in the era that we live in now, right?
Right.
You refer to him as boy, and people are going to see that as a racist comment. Now, I know that's not how you feel personally,
Mm-hmm.
right? I trust me. I know between stress, and I can't remember all the other guys that but people are going to look at that comment and think that that's a racist comment that you're making towards him. So you have to be careful with that word.
I didn't even recall calling him boy, but okay, my bad.
You didn't no yeah no yo you did
Oh, okay,
but
my bad.
but here's what I want to add to that, right, to what you said.
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot of what you said is correct. I don't think there's anywhere where I can disagree. Where I will add to that is this: look, speaking as a Laker fan, you and I have had this conversation before,
Mm-hmm.
and yes, do we look at the pay cut that he took and have Laker fans scratching their heads like you just took 8 mil for 2 years, and you took 1 year deals for 50 mil, right?
Yep.
And you basically didn't give, like, here's where I'm going with this. As Laker fans, we're not expecting you to take 8 mil. At least I'm not. I'm not expecting you to take 8 mil. I'm not even expecting you to take 10, 15 mil. Take half of the 50 and let Rob use the rest of that money to put a team together. I saw a tweet. I saw a tweet where somebody put, "Oh, now Rob Palenka wants to spend money on a roster," and then Anthony Davis had to put in his 2 cents in. And I'm like, well, wait a minute. Why is Anthony Davis making a stupid comment? Why is Anthony Davis responding to this? Because between him and LeBron, these guys were holding up almost $100 million in cap space,
Exactly.
and you didn't give the, like, with all that money you guys were holding up. You guys could have had a chance to bring KCP back. You guys could have kept Caruso. You guys could have kept the guys that you had in place, but no, you guys held up the team for over $100 million.
The fact
And this
is,
is
the fact is, Joey, they could have brought back the team that won the championship.
That's my point.
We could have
That's
did
the point.
it, but we didn't because of your stupid salary.
That's my point. That's exactly where I'm getting to. Again, I wasn't expecting LeBron James to take $8 million from the Lakers. That's not what I was expecting. I'm not expecting him to take 10, 15 million from the Lakers. That's not what I'm expecting. Take 20, 25, and let Rob build the roster that you want to win a championship. This is what you wanted, right? Okay, cool. Now let's talk about the him going to the Philadelphia 76ers. This is the reason why fans don't real fans, and I say real fans because we're not blindsided. And again, when I say real fans, it's not Kobe fans, it's not LeBron, it's not Jordan fans. This is basketball fans.
Yes,
Let me reiterate it this way, because it's not Kobe fans and it's not LeBron fans. I mean, it's not Jordan fans. These are basketball fans
yes,
that run and say, you know what? You're not the GOAT. You're not the GOAT. Goats don't go chasing rings like this. Goats don't go join super teams. And they want to, and people want to bring up the Lakers when they had Gary Payton and Karl Malone. Those guys were aging, and Karl Malone was already out the door by that time,
yep.
right? So
But Gary Payton
obviously,
himself, Gary Payton himself came on All the Smoke and said that wasn't a Laker decision. That was his decision, that he always wanted to go at least one time with the Lakers. And that's why that decision was made. The Lakers didn't pursue and like track him and beg him. It was just
right,
something that talked about. So he joined.
right. And again, what I'm saying here is a narrative that people will put out there.
Oh, I know. I
This
get
is a
that.
narrative, right? So it's like, but okay, but again, it's like you left Cleveland and you didn't accept losing. You didn't accept the losing. You
Mm-mm.
decided to jump ship and join Miami,
Yep.
where you decided to join Wade, and you decided to join Bosch,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
People don't count Ray Allen because I think Ray Allen was already 1 foot out the door anyways because he was already getting up there in age.
Even though he was one
People
of the
don't
main
count that.
reasons they won, but yeah.
People want to count the Celtics. Oh, let me also say this because and I'm quoting Dwayne Wade. Dwayne Wade publicly came out and said the reason why that roster formed is because of Kobe Bryant. This is coming out of Dwayne Wade's mouth. The reason why that roster was formed in Miami was to make sure that Kobe wasn't going to get another one.
Yep. I
This
saw
is why
that.
that roster. This is why that roster was formed. Now, mind you, this is not me saying it. This is what came out of Dwayne Wade's mouth.
Yes, I saw that interview.
Then you go back to Cleveland, where Kyrie was already there, and then you say, "Oh, I want you guys to go get Kevin Love for me too," and then you get Kevin Love. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
you lose what 3 out of the 4 um, finals trips to the Warriors, and people will say, "Oh, well, that was the greatest Warriors team ever," and this and that. No, the greatest team ever is a team that went 73-10 and actually won the chip. Not
Yep.
not went not I'm sorry, went 72-10 and won the chip,
Yep. I know that team.
right? Or right team that went 73-9 or 74-9 and didn't win the chip.
Yep.
Okay, here's the other thing too. When people want to talk about LeBron, now again, these are LeBron fans that keep doing this. LeBron fans keep mentioning Jordan. LeBron fans keep mentioning Kobe. Let's mention those guys. And all the years that Jordan has played in the NBA, he only had one All Star. And Scottie Pippen was drafted in '87. Did not become an All Star until 1990.
Mm-hmm.
That's 3 years after he was drafted. Okay, then you want to talk about Kobe, and Kobe had Shaq. Okay, let's look at that. If you're smart enough, if you're smart enough, if you're intelligent enough, since you like using your keyboard so much, why don't you? And I'm talking to LeBron haters, to LeBron fans. Why don't you Google Kobe's averages in the regular season, and then go look at his averages in the playoffs and in the finals, and then you ask who needed who scored more points in the fourth quarter, and who needed who. Because again, I've heard Shaq say it himself too. I was going to be dominant for the 3 quarters, and Kobe was going to take over in the fourth quarter, which he did.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
So what are we talking about? And I heard this conversation the other day. Kobe is arguably part of the greatest back-to-back team ever, and this is what they meant by that. Okay, you look at that team that had Paul Gasol, Andrew Bynum, Lamar Odom, Sasha Vujacic,
Trevor
Jordan
Ariza.
Farmar, Trevor Ariza, right? Uh, Ron Artest, Slava Medvedenko, DJ Benga. You look at that roster, that is the weakest roster to ever win a back-to-back NBA Finals.
Remember when everybody was laughing at him? This team can't win. This team ain't gonna go nowhere.
As, as a matter of fact,
Remember when Mark Jackson himself came on TV and said, "I'm no longer picking the Lakers. The Lakers can't win. The Lakers are not gonna win the championship. I'm sick of picking them." I have that footage.
As a matter of fact, that same Lakers squad went to 3 straight NBA Finals, lost to the Celtics in '08, beat the Magic in '09. Oh, and mind you, the same Magic team that knocked off LeBron James, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then they ended up playing the Celtics, who also knocked out the Cavaliers.
Mm-hmm.
So let's have the conversation. Let's have this conversation so people like putting narratives out there. Kobe, 2 years in a row, was waiting for LeBron James in the NBA Finals.
And he never made it.
Never made it. Never showed up.
Remember they made those puppet commercials? That's how much they were They were so waiting for that. Remember, they had the Kobe puppet and the LeBron puppet. Remember that? I know. I remember that.
Yep.
That was based off of that. That was based off of we're supposed to see Kobe and LeBron against each other. What happened? Well, one guy made it.
Yep. They want to talk about. Okay, look. When they call LeBron the greatest scorer of all time, I laugh, and here's why I laugh. Okay, because up until up until until he broke the record, and congratulations to him because I congratulated him too when he broke the record.
Yeah, I did too.
Last I checked, Kareem had the record, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and when Kareem had the record, Jordan was still considered the greatest of all time.
Yep.
Correct?
He still is considered the greatest of all time.
Right. So what I'm saying is this: you played 23 years. Yeah, you're supposed to break that record.
Yep.
You're supposed to. Now, when they talk about LeBron James going to the finals 10 straight years, yeah, that's because he's playing in a weak Eastern Conference. He didn't have to go through the juggernaut because we saw what it looked like when he came to the West.
Yep.
It was very different.
Mm-hmm.
It was very different, and they're going to use his age as the excuse. I'm not, because I was still confident enough that he could do it.
Okay, but see, that's where I got to stop you for a second, Joey, just for a second. Yes, they're going to use that excuse, right? His age. Okay, great. So if you're going to use that narrative as your excuse, oh, it's because he got older, right?
Right.
Then at that point, you have to stop calling him a GOAT. Because I remember a guy who was old that went to the Washington Wizards and still played his ass off. I remember that guy.
Yep.
Do you? Because I do. I remember that.
And I'm glad you brought that up because LeBron fans will bring that up. They'll bring up that Wizards. Yeah, and here's what they don't talk about. Because again, they like to pick and choose their narratives and they like to pick and choose their arguments.
Of course.
Right?
Yep.
When did Jordan hit the floor for the first time as a Wizard?
It was like when was it? It was
01, 02 maybe?
Was it 02?
So
I want to say 02.
01, 02. Okay, 01, 02, something like that, right? Okay. All right. By that time, he was out of the league for what? Let me see.
It was, you know what, dude? I think it was 2002, and he averaged like 18, 19 points.
Okay.
And it was at his downside.
And I'm going somewhere with this because the downside of it is not what I'm focusing on.
No, I know. But what I'm saying is in 2001 and in 2002, bro, I think he averaged like 20, right?
Okay.
And then and then in 2002 and 2003, he still averaged 20 and he was shooting almost 50%.
Here's where I'm going with this. By the time Jordan came back and hit the floor, he was already retired for about a good 3 years, right?
Yes.
He retired in 98. When he came on the floor and he became he didn't sign as a free agent. He wasn't traded. He wasn't still in the league. He was a front office executive for the Washington Wizards.
Yes.
Who decided to light a fire up their asses, get on the court during practice, ball with them, and just said, you know what? I'm going to come in and I'm play. Mind you, the season had already started when he decided to do this. He decided to come on the floor and say, you know what? I'm going to come out of retirement and I'm going to play. While still being an executive, while still being a general manager for the Washington Wizards.
Yep.
and became an all-star both years.
Yep.
And people ask, why didn't he make that team? Why didn't he make that team take that team to the playoffs? Because people don't want to focus on the rosters.
Yep.
Because people want to act. LeBron fans and media members want to act like LeBron is dragging nobodies into the finals. He did it.
No, he didn't.
I saw Jordan do that.
Yep.
When Jordan only had one All-Star, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I saw him do it 6 times in a 13-year span. 6 titles in a 13-year span.
Bro, do
And
you
are they?
know
And
do you know who was on that roster by any chance?
which roster?
With Jordan,
But which roster? Wizards.
the Wizards. He had Kwame Brown,
Kwame Brown, Brendan
Brendan
Hayward,
Haywood, Larry
Rip
Hughes,
Hamilton.
Christian Leitner, I think, right?
Yeah,
I think he had
and I
Byron
think
Russell, Stackhouse.
yeah,
I'm missing a few. I think even Tyrone Lue was there, if I'm not mistaken.
it
But
was Lou. Lou was there. Lou was there.
okay, so what I'm saying is, and he was averaging more than their stars, their superstars. He was out there playing, bro. He was out there giving everything he had. That's my
Yeah,
point.
yeah, and again, and this is why I always push back with the narratives. It got to the point where I stopped listening to these numbskulls because again, these guys like using the left side of the brain, but not the right side because nothing they say is right.
Bro, I heard something the other day that made my stomach hurt. And
Uh-huh.
Rich Paul had the audacity to say this shit about LeBron. And excuse me for getting emotional because you know how I feel about Kobe, bro. To me, he is the greatest Laker ever. I mean, Magic
Right,
Johnson has said it himself. That's the greatest Laker ever. Shaq
right.
has said it. Kareem has said it. Okay. Everyone has
Yep,
said, you think Lakers, you think Kobe.
yep.
How dare you fucking come on TV, Rich Paul, and say Kobe Bryant would be proud of LeBron's decision to go to Philly? Get the fuck out my face with that bullshit, bro. Kobe would have laughed at him.
Let's have this conversation about Kobe. Let's have this conversation.
A very
Here,
short one, unfortunately, but yes, go.
let's have this conversation. You and I have spoke about this privately. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to say it on your platform. So let me say it this way. I consider you to be more than a friend. I consider you to be like my brother.
Right.
Right?
That's facts.
I've told you this a number of times.
Yes.
And if anybody says anything bad about you, I defend you.
Of course.
We've had those instances before in the past
Yes, we have.
where I
And
have publicly defended you.
yes.
So I say that to say this: LeBron has claimed ever since Kobe had passed away, he claimed that Kobe was his brother, and for a long time I believed it.
Yep.
And
Same.
you've heard me defend it,
Yes, I did.
starting with the letter that he wrote at the Staples Center after Kobe had passed away, while he's wearing Kobe's jersey. Okay, over the last year and a half, 2 years, whether it's Nick Wright, whether it's Shannon Sharp, whether it's Rich Paul, whether it's LeBron fans, whether it's media members, whether it's former players like Gilbert Arenas, Brandon Jennings, etc. While these guys dog Kobe's name and disrespect Kobe's name while the man is not here and the man is gone, he stood silent. Now, here's why I bring that up. Because when it comes to players like Clayton Clark, um, when it comes to Jalen Brunson, Halliburton, Giannis, Kawhi, or any other player, when somebody talks bad about any one of these players, he steps up. He quickly gets on the social media and he defends them. He never once. He never once. If this is your bro, if you claim this is your friend, if you claim this is your brother, and you got people in the media, and one of those is your people, and they're dogging Kobe's name, and you're not defending him, you're not a brother. You just never cared. You just never cared. It
Yep.
shows, to me personally, it shows your jealousy towards the fact that Kobe fans or Laker fans appreciate Kobe more than you do. Now, I also want to say this because I need to call out ESPN Los Angeles Radio,
Yep.
and I need to call out anybody from ESPN and Fox Sports and any media member that has the balls and the audacity to use Kobe as the excuse and as the reason to why we want LeBron out. Kobe is not the reason why. Let's make that perfectly clear. Kobe has
Exactly.
nothing to do with the argument.
Yep.
This is a narrative that these people want to put out about Laker fans, like Kobe is the reason why he wasn't accepted. Kobe is the reason why. Kobe is not the reason why.
No, Kobe tried to
It's
embrace them for the fans.
it's the antics. It's the
Yes.
way LeBron carried himself. This is the
Yes.
reason why Laker fans did not want Kobe. They did not want LeBron as a Laker. It wasn't because of Kobe. Don't use Kobe to drive your narrative about Laker fans, because it has nothing to do with that. It has everything to do with the fact that LeBron handled himself in a very, very selfish way.
Yep.
In a way, and again, I'm not saying that the players shouldn't go where they want to go. They absolutely should have. They should decide where they want to go. But when your ultimate decision is to join a roster or join a team that is stacked, that's when fans look at you crazy. Like, and again, it's not just Laker fans. It's not just Bulls fans. It's not just Kobe fans. It's not just Jordan fans. These are basketball fans in general. Period.
Yep.
We look at that and say that's foul and that's suspect.
Yep.
You want to bring up when Charles Barkley went to Houston. He was on the downside of his career already. You want to bring that up, right?
Yeah.
He wasn't out there ring chasing. You want to go and bring up the fact that he was in Phoenix. He was traded to Phoenix. The
Yep.
man thought he was going to be traded to the Lakers, and he ended up getting traded to the Phoenix Suns.
Yep.
He didn't ask to be traded to the Phoenix Suns. He was just traded there.
Yep.
He can't control where he's traded to,
Nope.
right? So
Especially back in
when you,
those days. In those days, you didn't have it wasn't like today.
exactly. So when you
They,
look
they,
at
they
players
didn't
like that,
say, "Oh, you have a choice. You want to go here or you want to go there." Nah, they just shipped your ass and it was done.
when they talk about Kobe and Kobe wanted to be asked to be traded, yeah, you know what? Kobe did ask to be traded.
He has to
There's
be
no
traded
denying it.
either to Chicago or Detroit. Notice that was
No,
nowhere.
no, no,
I'm
no,
sorry,
no, 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 no.
Chicago
Or the
or
Clippers.
Clippers. There we
It
go.
was the
Chicago or the
Clippers.
Clippers. Yep.
Two
Yep.
teams, two teams that weren't stacked.
Nope. They didn't even have a roster at that point. He just wanted to play.
Correct. Correct. He wanted to go to either Chicago or he wanted to go to the Clippers. He said, I don't give a damn. I'll put on the Clippers uniform and I'll make the Clippers great.
Yep, he did.
This is what he said. He did not ask to go somewhere else where the roster was stacked. He didn't have to go to Boston to go to
Nope.
Buccaneers.
Nope.
He didn't ask to go to Toronto and join Vince Carter.
Nope.
He didn't ask to go to any one of these other teams. He said,
No.
I want to go to Chicago, or I want to go to, or I'll go to the
That
Clippers.
Joey, that man literally said, "Trade me to Pluto, as long as they have a
Yeah,
basketball team." Do you remember that?
yeah. My point
So
exactly. My point
my my,
exactly.
my point is this, bro. My point is, look, we got 3 minutes, so I'm gonna try to get this in as fast as I can. Right? Pause.
Yeah.
Look, it goes like this, bro. The fact that you got LeBron, Rich Paul, all these people throwing Kobe's name as a compliment on a stupid move and a stupid decision is disrespectful to the GOAT. Yeah, I said it, the GOAT. Yes, Jordan is the GOAT as well, but Kobe is my GOAT, and there's nothing you can do to change my mind about it, okay? This is my era, that's my GOAT, okay? But my point
Right.
being here, bro, you came to the Lakers and you were never accepted to begin with. Does anybody remember the very, very, very first mural that was painted when LeBron was traded to the Lakers? Because I remember a mural where he was looking up, admiring, guess who?
I'm
Anybody?
waiting for you to tell me. I'm waiting
Anybody
for you to tell me.
remember? He was admiring Kobe Bryant holding the championship trophy.
Another factor, right? That we didn't talk about on this
Yes, sir. We got 1 minute, brother.
on,
Go ahead.
on this episode. He never embraced LA,
Nope.
and that
Didn't.
was a problem.
Yep.
He never embraced LA.
Nope.
Luca, his first day, already embraced the city.
Yep.
This man, in all the years, again, I defended him. You're my witness. There's video footage out there of me defending him.
Yep.
This man never he never wanted to be a part of the LA culture. He
Nope.
never did. He thought that him going to a Kendrick Lamar pop up suffice enough, and it
No,
wasn't good enough.
and no, that was just for show and tell as well because he knew the Drake and the Kendrick thing was in the spotlight. Look, all I know is when Luca came to LA, that motherfucker was at taco trucks. He was at bro. He was in East LA. All I'm saying is he was embracing what LA was. He was like, okay, this is my city now. This is my town. I got to understand the city, and he did.
Yep.
That's all I'm saying. Now, look, I'm going to say this, bro. Look, at the end of the day, everybody needs to stop saying that LeBron left the Lakers because no, Lakers left LeBron. They didn't even speak with him until the roster was completely full. They knew what they had. I guarantee you, had LeBron took the $8 million that he's taking right now in Philly, the Lakers would have went ahead and built a great team around them. But also want you to remember this, guys. Remember this, because you let this slide every time. I don't let this shit slide. A lot of the decisions fucked the Lakers for a lot of years because he decided he wanted Russell Westbrook. Anybody remember that debacle? Anybody remember that? Because I do. And I remember what kind of fucking headache it put on the Lakers. Okay? Look,
Yeah.
my point is this, bro. You got away with a lot of crazy decisions that the Lakers listened to you and we pulled it off for you. So for you to sit there and spin the narrative that the Lakers didn't do what he wanted and blah, 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 absolute BS. You're a ring chaser, bro. At the end of the day, that's what you are to me. You are a ring chaser. You're not a GOAT. Jordan, GOAT. Kobe, GOAT. Johnson, GOAT. We can keep going. LeBron,
And
not in that conversation.
Let me on the Russell Westbrook aspect. Let me say this. I was a fan of the signing for me personally because I'm a Westbrook guy. A Westbrook fan. What I didn't like, and anybody that watches basketball knows. You look at the reaction when LeBron attempts to dap him up and Russell Westbrook walks away from it because LeBron went ahead and allowed Westbrook to be the fall guy for the mess.
Yep.
When
you got 30 seconds, bro. Get it in. Get it in.
Westbrook was not the reason why that team was bad.
Is that it?
End of story. End of story.
End of story. All right, look, I want to thank my boy Joey Servin for coming on and taking this time out. I really appreciate you, brother. I wish we had more time, but this is all we got. We got to work with what we got, right? For now. Other than that, I hope y'all enjoyed the show. Please like, comment, subscribe. If you agree with what we had to say, if you didn't agree with what we had to say, we'd like to hear what you do have to say. Anyway, it's your boy Breeze. This is why I'm unfiltered, baby, because I just don't give a you know what. Anyway, we out of here, y'all. Peace.
Yay.